everyone, how you doing today? My name's Eric. As always, I want to thank you for coming by and checking out my video today. On this episode of Smo'King, I'm going to show you how to make a holiday smoked sous vide prime rib. Now, I've done smoked sous vide prime rib before, and normally in this kind of economy with how expensive things are, I normally wouldn't do this. But I got this beautiful prime rib on sale as far as what it was selling for back in December. So the story was, we did a holiday prime rib back in December for Christmas. And we invited some friends over. So I got a pretty nice piece, I think it was 7 or 8 pounds. And since we had other people over and we gave them some leftovers, we pretty much had no leftovers when we were done. But Monica mentioned, hey, that sale is going on for a few more days. So she went back to the store. We said, let's pick up another like 5-6 pound prime rib because it was on sale for $7.99 a pound. And when she got to the store, they said, you know what, we're completely sold out, but we'll give you a rain check. So they gave her a rain check, but it was only good for 30 days. So every time she went over the next 30 days, they didn't have the prime rib on display at the meat counter, mainly because it wasn't the holiday season. So when we found out on Easter that it was selling now for over 50% more, now it's $14.99 a pound, I'm like, that's just too expensive. Monica said, hey, check, wait, I got a rain check here, but it expired. She said, well, let me talk to the butcher. So she went back to the store, and this is Festival Foods. It's a local brand here in Wisconsin. And she said, I know this thing's expired, but every time I came back in the last 30 days after you gave me this rain check, I could never see the prime rib. And they said, well, normally we don't put that out and display. You just have to ask someone, and we have to go in the back and cut a piece for you. So she showed him the thing, and I guess he felt sorry for her, and he says, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and honor that price. So Monica picked up this gigantic prime rib. Let me see here, I still have this thing. For $7.99 a pound. This is 9.86 pounds. And we got it at $7.99 a pound, so it was $78.78. But look at this humongous piece of meat. So, hey, we're going to celebrate Easter in style, guys. And with any good piece of meat, you don't need to go crazy with the seasoning. I'm doing kosher salt, ground black pepper. And I'm going to smoke it for a few hours tonight, and then I'm going to sous vide cook it tomorrow. We're going to finish it with the sear, and we're going to have a delicious Easter dinner for my family and I. So stick around, guys. I'm going to show you how to do this step by step. Let's get cooking. Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to do here, since I'm going to sous vide cook this tomorrow, is I got to get it on the smoker because I want to get a couple hours of smoke on this thing. But in the meantime, I'm going to season it with some kosher salt and some ground black pepper. Seasoning it now while it smokes for a few hours before I vacuum seal it is going to allow that salt to kind of dry brine into the meat, which is what I want. It's going to help it maintain its juiciness. So I'm just using regular old kosher salt here, guys, and we're just going to sprinkle a nice amount of salt. Now you can go overboard on this. This is a huge piece of meat. So don't think, oh my God, I'm using too much salt. Because you aren't. You want to put a decent amount of salt because you want to allow that salt to penetrate into the meat. And make sure you get the sides and stuff as well. So I'm going to sprinkle here. So I'm going to kind of turn it this way, kind of get it on this angle here and on the sides. And like I said, let's make sure we get enough salt on this. This is a 3-bone prime rib. Man, this is going to be delicious. Okay. And then ground black pepper, guys, isn't rocket science. Now, you can use a rub if you want. I don't really recommend it on prime rib. I mean, this is an expensive piece of meat. And you know what? You really want the flavor of the meat to shine through. So for that reason, I think you really don't need anything more then salt and pepper. I mean, if you want to add a little bit of garlic and onion powder, knock yourself out. So let me continue to season this on all sides, and then including the fat side, and I'll be back in a little bit when it is all done. All right, guys, here it is, all seasoned with kosher salt and ground black pepper. You can see I generously applied it on all sides. I'm just going to let this hang out here. I'm going to put it on a rack so I can move it on and off the smoker quickly and easily. I'm going to fire up my pellet smoker, and I'm going to put it on the smoke setting, because that's a very low, that's the lowest heat setting, but it produces a lot of smoke, which is what I want. Obviously, I'm not looking to cook this thing. So at around 170, 175 degrees, it would take a long time to cook this anyway. But yeah, I'm just going to put it on there maybe 2 to 3 hours tonight, get a nice level of smoke. Kind of check out the color of this right now, because when we check on it in a little bit here, after it's been on the smoker for a while, you're going to start to see it take on some smoke coloring, and then we'll know that it's we're accomplishing our goal. So I'll leave this right here in the kitchen counter. I'm going to go outside, fire up the pellet smoker. When it gets up to temperature, I'll meet you guys outside. Alright guys, like I mentioned earlier, try to cook this on the lowest heat setting possible. You don't have to do it on a pellet smoker, but if you have one, I'd recommend it, because you can tune it down to either the smoke setting, you know, which normally is around 170 degrees or so, give or take. So here we go. I got it on this nice rack here so I can pick it up and remove it when it's ready. And I'm going to hopefully keep it in here 2, maybe 3 hours. We'll see. And I'll check the temperature, but you know, I'm sure it's not going to be even close to cooked at that point. I just want to get some smoke flavor on this before I vacuum seal it. And yeah, we will cook it in the sous vide bath tomorrow. But man, look at that thing. What a beautiful piece of meat. All right, we'll push it in. Here we go. Super easy. I'll come out here in around an hour or 2. We'll check it out. We'll go from there. All right, guys, we probably at around an hour and 10 minutes. It's holding at 172 degrees. Let's take a look here. Oh, yeah. Now, you can definitely tell the color has changed. Let me touch this here. Oh, yeah, it's like, it's warm. But it's not hot. It is warm. So that's why I recommend using the lowest setting, smoke setting, if you have it on your pellet grill. You see the color here starting to change a little bit. So you know what? Since it is so, it's not even warm really. It's kind of like room temperature. So I'm going to let it go for at least another hour, guys. Maybe another hour and a half. If I can get 2.5, 3 hours worth of smoke on this prime rib before I seal it up in a bag, even the better. But man, look at that, guys. All right, we'll just let it ride out. All right, guys, we are about 2 hours and 20 minutes in. Let's take a look. We got some good smoke rolling. Look at this. Wow. Brought an extra light out here because it's gotten dark. But you can tell right here, we've definitely got some smoke coloring here. But I know people are going to ask, so I'm going to just take a temperature reading. I can tell it's not even close to being cooked. But let's just satisfy people. Yeah, look at that, 70 degrees. I mean, come on. You know what? We're approaching 2.5 hours. I think this is good enough as far as the smoke coloring. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to get it inside. We're going to vacuum seal it. And then I'm going to keep it in the fridge overnight. Yeah, this is going to be good, guys. I'll meet you guys inside. All right, here it is, right out of the smoker. It's been on for around almost 3 hours, and it is still just barely warm. I got some fresh rosemary and thyme I'm going to use to seal this up in the bag. But look at the color, guys, compared to before. You can definitely tell It's taken on some smoke color. It's got a little bit of a crust on it. Oh man. So if you're doing this for the first time, make sure you get the big bags, the expandable bags, especially if you have a big piece like this. And yeah, I'm going to put a little bit of rosemary, a little bit of thyme. I'm going to put a couple slabs of butter in the bag. We're going to seal it up. I'll be back in a second. Alright, here we are, guys. It's fully vacuum sealed. I put some butter pads in there with some rosemary and thyme. I double sealed it on both ends. So now this is fully smoked. I'm going to put it in the fridge overnight. I definitely recommend vacuum sealing it before you put it in the fridge, because I think that vacuum seal will help all that smoke flavor kind of soak into the meat as we let it sit in the fridge overnight. It's just going to absorb into the center of the prime rib. And then tomorrow we'll throw it in the sous vide bath. That's it, guys. I mean, look at this. Not very hard. Again, if you got a big prime rib, get the expandable bags. I kind of did a little bit long on here, but that's just so I can attach it to the end of the container. But yeah, there it is. I'll throw it in the fridge, guys. We'll meet up tomorrow when we throw it in the sous vide bath. See you tomorrow. Welcome back, everyone. It's the next morning. I have my sous vide machine heated up to 136 degrees. Look at this beautiful prime rib roast here. It's been sitting vacuum sealed in the fridge overnight, so hopefully that smoke's had a chance to kind of penetrate a little bit deeper into the meat, as well as that kosher salt and black pepper. So, word of warning, especially when you got a big piece of meat like this, don't fill your container all the way to the top, because it's going to overflow. So usually I fill it up to around here. I kind of gave it a couple inches below, because I know once I drop this in, the water level is going to rise. So I got a rack on the bottom. You want to make sure, and I kind of checked this before I filled water. I was kind of debating which way to put it in, but this way I got a little bit of clearance on each side. So I have the rack on the bottom, and I want to make sure water circulates all the way around. And I don't think we need to do anything as far as weighing this down, because it weighs so much already. We're just going to clip it like that. And there we go. I'm cooking this at 136 degrees. Typically I go like 133 to 135 if I'm cooking steaks and stuff like that. But this being such a big roast, I want to go a little bit higher. So that's why I chose 136. Now, since this is such a big roast, you want to go a minimum of 6 hours. You can go all the way up to 12, but you just want to be careful. Any more than 12, you might kind of get it a little too tender. So I'm guessing, well, let's see, what time is it right now? It's around 9:30 in the morning. We're going to have this for dinner. So I'm figuring this is probably going to be in here for at least 8 hours. But that's another great thing about sous vide cooking. You know, if you need a little more time to make the side dishes, what have you, you can let it go an extra hour or two, as long as you don't exceed that maximum amount of time. So that's it, guys. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of the day. I'll meet up with you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, since we're waiting for that prime rib, time to have a beverage. I'm having a beer from Door County Brewing Company. This is called Welcome to Vacation Land. And for those of you that don't know, Door County's on the other side of Wisconsin, the eastern side. It's very beautiful. And this is called their Juicy IPA. Let's see, 6.2% alcohol by volume. And this is my son Kyle.
Hello.
He's having something Mighty Mouse. I don't know how many of you guys, well, I'm old, so I remember. Mighty Mouse. It's Golden Records Mighty Mouse theme song, Here I Come to Save the Day. Blue Cream. So that's what Kyle's having. Now, do you recall Mighty Mouse at all?
No, I had to look it up with Mom.
Okay, I'll show you. They have a theme song. Goes, Here I come to save the day.
I looked it up with Mom because she was talking about it.
And there is a very funny comedian, Andy Kaufman, that did a whole skit. He played like a foreigner guy, and he'd come out with a record player and put that on, and he'd start playing the theme song, and then he'd only sing when it said, Here I come to save the day, and then he'd just go back into his character. I'll have to show you that too. Very funny. If you guys haven't seen it, that's showing my age right there. Alright, Door County Brewing Company. Welcome to Vacation Land. And I'd like to go over there and check Door County out. My dad has gone up there many summers on vacation with my stepmother, and yeah, they love it up there. They got all kinds of little bays and harbors and great food. So I'm gonna have that. Okay, they said our beautiful peninsula known as Cape Cod of the Midwest. There you go. Okay. As always, guys, I appreciate you stopping by. Cheers, Kyle. Cheers to our viewers. Very light, nice head. Definitely carbonated. Thanks again for stopping by, guys. Oh yeah, that tastes good. Very fruity. There's just a bare amount of hops in the beginning, but the fruity flavor almost overpowers it. I think it's like orange and tangerine. Certainly good. I'm going to enjoy this one. Alright. How is your blue cream Mighty Mouse?
It's good. It tastes a lot like I've had blue cream sodas. I think a couple times Smo'King before too. It tastes a lot more like I don't know how to put it, but like it tastes a lot more like cream soda than blue.
Okay.
But it's definitely good. It's definitely like one of the less extreme blue cream sodas. Like it's not all up in your face like
okay. Would you have that instead of like a Mountain Dew or something if you went somewhere?
Yeah, probably.
Probably. Okay, well there you go, guys. And I would certainly recommend this. If you guys could come across it, I'm certainly going to be trying more Door County Brewing Company's beers when I go to Door County. And yeah, very good. Alright guys, we got a few more hours for that prime rib to sous vide cook, and then yeah, I'm going to do a quick sear, and dinner will be served. I'm really looking forward to this. Happy Easter, Kyle?
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter to our viewers, although you'll probably watch this, it won't be Easter anymore. But it's Easter for us. So thanks again for stopping by, guys. We'll see you in a little bit. Welcome back, guys. It's been around 10.5 hours, way longer than I originally anticipated. I'm going to turn this off right now. I'm filming another video. I was assembling a Denali 605 grill from Monument Grills. I'll leave a link below if you want to check out the review. But I got sidetracked. Monica's making still a side dish. But that's the great thing about sous vide. Again, you can let it go a little longer than you initially planned. Makes it a lot less stressful. Alright, so this has been in here quite a long time. I did put a little more water in there a few times during the day just because I wanted to make sure everything was under the water line. Oh. Okay, there's a lot of liquid in here. We're going to use this. We're going to add it to a little bit of au jus mix. You get in a dry packet with the juice in here. I'm going to cut this out. We'll get it dried off. We'll be back in a second. Alright guys, there it is. I've taken it out of the bag. I've dried it off very well with paper towels. Now, if you think it needs to be re-seasoned, feel free to add some more seasoning. But as you can see, as I dab it here, some of the seasoning's falling off. It's fine. So now this is perfectly cooked. The only thing we need to do is basically put a sear on it. Even though it looks pretty good already with that smoke coloring, man, and it smells wonderful. But what I'm going to do, you know, there's any number of ways that you can do this. You can put it in your oven under the broiler. You can throw it on a gas grill, a charcoal grill. You know, all we're going to do here is try to get a little bit of a crust on here so it looks a little bit more appetizing. I'm going to take it outside and just use my grill gun just to kind of sear it up on each side. Doesn't take long. I mean, on this piece of meat, you can go longer than normal. Normally a sear after sous vide on a steak or something is like, you know, 45 seconds to a minute on each side. But seeing how this is such a huge piece of meat, you could probably do a couple minutes. Easy, if not more. So anyway, I'm going to get this on a rack. I'll meet you guys outside with the grill gun. We'll go from there. Alright guys, here is the prime rib out of the sous vide bath. I'm using my grill gun. I love this thing. I highly recommend it, especially if you like to sous vide food. This is like a flamethrower. I call it my flamethrower. So we turn it on. Look at this thing. We're going to put a nice sear in this thing. See guys, it doesn't take much. Let me flip it over. We'll do the other side and dinner will be served. Alright guys, here we are. Flipped it over. We gotta be careful here because we got the fat cap. Just to show you the grill gun, we got a little propane tank here. But you can also hook it up with a hose to a regular propane tank. And okay, let's go. Alright guys, I think that is about it. You can see the fat kind of curled up here on the end, but it's not going to matter because I'm going to slice this up. It's going to be perfectly cooked inside. I'll meet you guys inside. We'll slice this open. Guys, here it is. Now I got the bone-in prime rib here, so I'm going to cut the bones off first. It's going to make it easier for slicing. And you can see the bones are right here in the back. So the best way to do this, hopefully I can capture this on camera. Get my big brisket knife. We're going to cut right along the bones all the way down here. Oh, I think Dixie smells something. Just like this. Oh. Alright guys, there are the bones. Whoop. Look at that. We'll save that. You can definitely use that. Chew on those as you like. Let me get the camera a little bit closer. We'll slice into this prime rib. Alright guys, here we are. Prime rib's been resting for a little bit. It's very juicy. The bones are out, so now it's kind of boneless, so we can slice our pieces however large we want. I'm gonna go maybe around an inch thick. Let's just see here. Alright guys, you ready for the money shot? Alright guys, there you go. Woo! Look at this guys. Can you see? I hopefully the light, I can't quite tell, but man, oh man, that's why I love sous vide cooking. Getting this piece of meat on sale too just adds to it. Look at this guys, my goodness. Right. I think that's better than any restaurant or supper club. Look at that, 136, but look at how juicy. Look at the color, perfectly cooked. All right. 3 pieces for us. I'm gonna slice one small slice that we can taste on camera. Yeah, we'll do like a 1/2 inch here. Well, here comes Dixie. She can smell it. Dixie, if you behave, I might give you a piece. Alright guys, look at that. Alright, be back in a second, give this a taste. Alright guys, here we are. I cut up some slices. Look at the color of this. That's what I love about sous vide cooking. It's perfectly cooked. Cooked for around 10.5 hours. Man. Any more rare would have been a little bit weird. This is perfect. Alright guys, I'll be out with the family. We'll give this a sample in just a second. Welcome back guys. I'm here with my family, my wife Monica, my son Kyle.
Hello.
Hi.
We cut up one thin piece. Alright, we got some au jus that we used the gravy and au jus mix, right?
Yep.
A little bit of fresh horseradish. You put some horseradish in au jus too,
I
right?
did. I put a little bit because we like it that way.
Let's give it a shot. I'll first try the au jus. You don't like the au jus, huh, Kyle?
No, that's all that's your thing. The horse
Alright.
shows you all that.
Alright, guys. Appreciate you stopping by. Cheers. Alright, let's go.
Cheers.
Mmm.
Oh my gosh.
I love prime rib. What do you think, Kyle? Alright.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's so tender,
Wow.
so delicious. I'm going to put a little bit of fresh
Are
horseradish.
you kidding me?
I like a little bit of a kick.
This is what you pay for one slice. $40 in
Right.
a restaurant.
In the Wisconsin Supper
Holy
Club, you certainly could.
Moly.
Mm.
This is amazing.
Okay, take another piece
Okay, I'm just
before
like,
you tell them how amazing.
well, I'm trying to savor it because I don't want to go through it so
Well, we
fast.
got-
I'm savoring
We
it.
have one slice for each of us here, and we got this for leftovers. Whoops.
Oh my goodness.
Drop a little.
This is good.
Luckily, they can't see that.
Don't let Dixie take it. No, this is really good. Oh my gosh. The smoke, I don't even know how to even put that in words. The smoke meets the juiciness.
Yeah. Can
It's
you
the-
taste the smoke on it?
I mean,
Well, I'm kind of immune to it at this point.
I think
Oh.
the smoke makes it a little bit more tender.
this is so
Kind of
good.
gives the meat a little bit of a better flavor profile.
Yeah. No, this is amazing. This I couldn't ask for better.
But even if you don't have a smoker, go ahead and sous vide it. It'll come out good as well. And you know what? This is what I love about sous vide too, because we bought this expensive piece of meat. You don't want to screw it up. You don't want to
No.
overcook it. You don't want to undercook it. You have guests coming over. Take the guesswork out of it by sous vide cooking it. That way it comes out perfect
Exactly.
every time.
Exactly. And look how long you had to wait for me to get my other stuff ready for us.
Yeah, I left it
And us to get our
a
daughter.
couple extra hours. That's, I went 10.5 hours because she was still like, oh, I gotta do this,
And I
I gotta
gotta
do
tuck our
that.
daughter to bed.
I'm like, go right ahead. I kind of got distracted too, putting the grill together, so that's a great thing. Let it go
It's
an extra
still
hour or two.
delicious.
It's wonderful.
I was afraid it was gonna be messed up now because of me. No.
So
Oh,
guys,
guys, this is good.
highly recommend if you got a piece of prime rib, cook it this way. If you got the ability to smoke it first, even better. It adds that little flavor profile. Otherwise, just sous vide cook it. And look, all I seasoned it with was salt and black pepper.
Well, that's
not really
and
good, huh?
Did you garlic or no?
No,
This is amazing.
we're eating all the pieces now.
This is really good. So yeah,
All right, guys.
that's all you have to do, I guess. Basic.
I'm ready to dig in for
We're outta
Easter
here.
dinner.
We're out of here.
I appreciate you stopping by, guys. If you like the video, please hit the like button. This logo on my shirt, there's a logo on the bottom of the screen. If you click on that, it allows you to subscribe to my channel. Please do that.
Oh,
It really helps my channel grow. And I'll leave a link below to my website, ericsmokingbbq.com. Go check that out. I have all my video recipes, photos, and links to the videos. I appreciate your continued support. I've
And-
gotten the last
and-
piece here.
You should even say like any advice.
Oh yeah, if you guys have any advice or recommendations or what you want me to cook, please leave it in the
Do
comments.
it. Yeah. Because this man can do it.
I love that horseradish kick to it too.
Oh, I know, right? Me too. So we're out of here. I gotta eat this.
Even the dogs
I
here
can't.
are like-
Yeah, even the dogs right
Yeah,
here.
we gotta leave. We gotta go.
Thanks again for stopping by, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.